Hey, Canucks fans, there are 3 Canucks players in a top 25 player trade board, and a couple more thoughts on last night's big win over Calgary. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, December the 15th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Join me tonight at 11 p.m. right here on YouTube, where I'll be doing my 9,600 subscriber giveaway. Yes, I'm over 9,600 subs now. Thank you very much. And to celebrate, I'll be doing a giveaway on my channel. Not sure what I'm giving away or how I'm going to do it just yet, but you got to come at 11 o'clock to figure it out with me. So hopefully you can make plans to join me then. And speaking of live streams, last night I had my son Schenn on with me. Everyone always loves it when Sean's on. We basically debate about everything, but we had a really good time and love bringing him on. I'm glad that so many of you guys joined me last night. So I have a couple more thoughts about last night's game that I'll get to first, and then a couple odds and ends from a couple of lists. I used couple like 8 times in that sense, but a few odds and ends, including a couple of lists that I saw earlier this morning about the Canucks, of course. So last night's win, one thing I barely gave them any love. I was too focused on the forwards and the D pairings. That Spencer Martin, it wasn't until I rewatched the game, because as you guys know, I only saw the third period and the overtime and the shootout. I was at church all night. So when I rewatched the game and some highlights, I appreciate how good of a game Spencer Martin had. You can't fault him on the first goal, the backline goal. The second one from Mangiapane, yeah, but I'm not sure what Sheldon Dries was doing there. And the third goal was kind of a weird play. But overall, he had a very strong game. 35 saves. And then, of course, when it mattered, all 3 saves, even though 2 of them were missed nets. But he basically stopped. The puck didn't go in on all 3 Calgary Flames shootout attempts. So got to give some love to Spencer Martin. There's some people in my chat, in my live stream last night, that want to anoint him as the new number 1 because of Demko's slow start. But I don't think you can do that at this point. You don't need to do that at this point. But let's just be happy that we have a backup goaltender who is who's good enough to get us important wins. And that was an important win last night against a divisional opponent. So Spencer Martin, loved his game. And I think one more time, just want to reiterate the good game of a couple players. One of them is Sheldon Dries, and the whole third line of Dries, Garland, and Hoglander, scoring goals, laying big tag team body checks, and simply carrying the team on a night where the top line, even though Lazar was buzzing a little bit, but on a night where the top line, and definitely Pettersson's line, they weren't the best forwards on the ice. So good on Dries, good on Garland and Hoglander for having a strong game yesterday. Also, some love to Ethan Bear. I know really got him for a steal, really a 5th-round pick. And he's playing really well. Sure, he's playing himself into a big contract or a bigger contract next season. But let's worry about that next season, much like we got to worry about everything else. Let's appreciate how much he's added to our blue line. He's not afraid to block shots. He's not afraid to get in the dirty areas. But it's skating and his ability to get the puck out of our zone transition that I think he's added a lot to our team. So some love for some guys last night that maybe don't get a lot of love usually, and that's Sheldon Dries and Ethan Bear. So overall, big win. Canucks now at 500 once again at 13-13-3, and looking to continue to stay alive in the playoff race. 2 lists I want to talk about really quickly and get your opinion on it. Oh, by the way, give me your opinion on last night's game as well. But 2 lists I want to get your opinion on. The first one is the one I hinted at from the top of this video. And The Athletic posted their top 25 trade board. I think it's going to a regular feature that they're going to do all the way up into the March 3rd trade deadline. And yes, 3 Vancouver Canucks were listed on that list. We got the first spot, we got the last spot, and we also got a spot in the top 10. So no surprise, Bo Horvat was at the top of that trade list. This article is by Pierre LeBrun of The Athletic and of TSN. And LeBrun said basically what we knew already, that Horvat's contract rejected an offer as recently as 2 weeks ago, that the Canucks are going to actively look for trade partners. But LeBrun also said that Horvat may be open to signing an extension in the offseason. Of course, that runs so many risks for the Canucks. You simply can't risk losing him for nothing. So I still think it behooves, I love using that word, it behooves the Canucks to look for an ideal trading partner. But Bo Horvat, no surprise, at the top of that list. Brock Boeser came in at number 9. Saying that $6.65 million contract for the next 2 seasons is going to be tough for a team to take on without the Canucks retaining some, but the Canucks don't want to retain any salary. So that's why LeBron, even though he ranks him as number 9 on the trade board, admits this might take a little while to get done. And then Luke Schenn, Number 25, Horvat was number 1. Luke Schenn was number 25 of this top 25, but he's still one of the top 25 trade, trade targets. And for him, because of the experience he could bring to a playoff team, add some depth. Maybe not as a number 2 that he is here, or number 4 even, like first or second pairing, but rather as a third pairing D-man. We know he's up for a huge raise over the $800,000 that he's making right now. So Bo Horvat, Brock Boeser, and Luke Schenn all on the Athletics top 25 trade board. One other list I want to talk about really quickly is the one that Craig Button does every year for TSN, the Core 4 under 24. Basically looking at all 32 franchises, looking at their players that are 24, under the age of 24 as of this year, and seeing who's got the best assortment of prospects. And the Canucks, especially when PD was younger, when Hughes was younger, when Demko was younger, even sometimes Gaudette was in there, I think, once, and just trying to think of the young guys, but mostly PD, Demko, and Hughes, when they're all under 24. The Canucks were ranked in the top 5 all the time. Either, I'm not sure if they're number 1, but maybe they were number 1 one year, but at least number 1, number 2, number 3. So this year they've fallen to number 9, which still is good. It's in the top third because they still have Pettersson and Hughes under 24 years old. And then they list Jonathan Lekkerimäki, our first-round draft pick, and then they also list Vasily Podkolzin. So the Core 4 under 24, they say they take the 4 best prospects who are under 24 years of age. So that's, again, PD, Hughes, Lekkerimäki, and Podkolzin. And together, that puts the Canucks at number 9. They do say, though, as PD and Hughes age out of this particular list, that the Canucks are going to drop significantly, because after Lekkerimäki and Podkolzin, who do you really have after that you would say is a prospect that you're really excited about? So Canucks at number 9 on that list. Let me know what you think, if that's too high, that's too low. But basically, remember, we're looking at every player on a team that's under 24 years, younger than 24 years of age. Number 1 was Dallas, led by Jason Robertson. And then you have Miro Heiskanen in there. And I'm sure some other young guys that I can't think of off the top of my head, but Ottinger's in there, and then one other guy. So that was Dallas was number 1. Detroit was number 2 with Sider and all of their guys. And then Buffalo was number 3 with Dahlin, and I'm not sure Dylan Cousins was in that list. Owen Power, I'm sure. So that was the top 3, was Dallas, Detroit, and Buffalo. And then 2 Canadian teams. Montreal was number 4, and Ottawa was number 5. And then Vancouver was the third best Canadian team at number 9. Like I said, likely to drop. So interested to know of your impressions of that list. And if you want to see the full list, go to tsn.ca. So give me your impressions on 3 things, if you want. The Canucks victory last night, Bo, Brock, and Schenn being on top 25 trade board on the Athletic, and then Canucks Core 4 under 24 at number 9 at tsn.ca. Would love to read your feedback down below, and would love for you to join me tonight at 11 p.m. for my live stream. We're going to be giving something good away. Okay, friends, shout out to my sponsors, Performance Transform. No, I went out of order. I got so excited because I'm seeing him for dinner tonight. I can't believe I did that. I'm seeing Jason Lim for dinner tonight. So shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate and Jason Lim. Shout out to my sponsors, Perform Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. And thanks to all of you for continuing to support me on this channel. As always, subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Leave a donation or become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to. And definitely leave a comment down below if you'd like to on the things I covered today. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. See you tonight at 11 p.m. right here on YouTube. God bless, and go Canucks go.